Willpower for weight loss. I'm Tony. Welcome back to Streetball Strategies.
From the east, yeah, you know the vibe. I just try and get a piece. Looking to the sky, high five energy. Yeah, we outside, living wild, living free. Ay.
Welcome back to the beginning of the year weight loss and fitness videos. These videos are for anybody interested in weight loss, though this is a basketball channel. And today we're talking about using willpower in order to fuel your diet plan. Now, statistically, 95% of all diets fail. And I don't know the percentage, but I'm imagining the number of failures due to willpower failing are pretty high. So today I want to talk about why and how willpower is not the key to you losing weight, and then give you my solutions to whatever diet plan you're choosing to be successful for you. In order to get to the real reason why and how using willpower for weight loss is inevitably going to fail you, we have to start at the root and the heart of the problem. That being said, willpower is a chosen human behavior. And as I've stated in other videos, the way I look at the pathway to human behavior is in 3 steps. The first step is emotion, the second step is thought, leading to the third step being whatever behavior you're using. Willpower is essentially determination. Determination to do something or determination to restrain yourself from doing something. So when you're overweight, you feel like you need to lose weight, whatever external circumstances take place that make you feel the need to lose weight. From that emotion, you then think to yourself, okay, I want to lose weight. And then you start to plan how you're going to do it. Now, those first 2 steps are not usually a problem. It's the implementation of that plan, the actual usage of that behavior that then brings in the problems. Because what a lot of people overlook or forget is that when it comes to being overweight, you had to live a lifestyle in which you ate more than you should and moved less than you should. And you lived that lifestyle because it was comfortable to you. It was comfortable to you to eat the wrong foods and eat them in quantities that were unhealthy. It was comfortable to you to not exercise when you should have been doing it because you know that exercise is going to make you uncomfortable. And that's the lifestyle that you lived every day, and every day you put on a little bit more fat. And now the notion is you want to lose fat, but now you have a conflict of interest because the interest that you're bringing to the table originally is this unhealthy lifestyle that you've been living. The lifestyle of comfort, of eating the wrong foods in wrong quantities and not moving. That's one interest. The other interest, completely contradictory to that, is I want to lose weight, I want to lose fat, I want to be more fit and healthy. Do you see where the conflict of interest is there? So in order for you to do what your goal has become, which is to lose the weight and get in shape, you think to yourself, I'm going to use willpower to force myself into eating healthily and exercising, even though I actually really don't want to. But I think it's good for me. I know it's good for me. I know it's better for me to live that healthier lifestyle, even though I don't want to. So I will use willpower to force myself to do those things. Are you starting to see why willpower is going to fail you? Because here's the deal, right? Like I said, it starts here, then it goes here, right? How often in just your everyday life, even when you're not pursuing weight loss, how often is your emotions in lockstep with your thoughts? Probably not that often. Probably on a regular basis, these two are out of sync. But you need them both to be completely in sync together in order for you to power that will. These changes that you're trying to make, knowing that they are uncomfortable, which is why you have to force yourself to do them. If your emotions aren't right, And or if your mind isn't right, how are you going to muster up the ability to have that ironclad willpower of your emotions and your heart? How are you going to muster up the ability to force your mind and your emotions to come together to form that willpower? When you're planning how you're going to go about losing the weight, you're planning as if every day, every circumstance, every situation is going to be perfect. But what happens when life gets in the way and circumstances are not perfect? What happens if you don't get a good night's sleep and you wake up the next day feeling that? What happens if you have a headache? What happens if you have a cold? What happens if you oversleep one day? Are you going to be able to muster that willpower under those conditions? And that's not even taking into account external forces around you, such as family, friends, school, work, all of these outside forces that you have no control over that are going to give you obstacles that get in the way of you eating the way you want to eat or exercising the way you want to exercise. What happens when they come into the picture, along with not having perfect circumstances? If you already have a headache or are having a bad day, how is that willpower going to work for you in those situations? It's bad enough trying to force yourself to do something that you don't really want to do, even when circumstances are perfect. But when things get complicated like that, how much more difficult is that going to be? How long do you think you can keep faking that willpower to keep you in your weight loss goals? So now that we've talked about why and how willpower isn't enough, how it's going to fail you if that's what you primarily depend on, especially in the beginning of your weight loss journey, now let's talk about what you can do instead to make weight loss easier by making yourself more reliable. So if you're not supposed to rely on willpower to power you through the beginning of your weight loss journey, what do you do instead? My recommendation is that you start by building small habits first. And I'm not talking semantics here. I'm not saying two different things that essentially mean the same thing. Instead of forcing yourself to make changes that you don't actually want to make, thus you will never sustain them, start with making small changes to things that you want to change and that you enjoy that change. Small changes in the way you eat, small changes in the way you exercise. Don't do anything big, don't do anything drastic, no big changes. Very small, incremental changes which become habits. You create them over time. You add some here, add some there, try this here, try that there, this works, that doesn't. Figure out the changes that you can make that are small, incremental, and that you enjoy so that you repeat them, and then over time they add up to a big cluster of habits. And over time, as you build this world of habits and you repeat them over and over again, what you're doing is developing discipline. And the more you refine that discipline, the more you figure out what you like to eat that's healthy, low in calories, what exercises you like, how to make them more enjoyable so that you repeat doing them over and over again. The more you refine that discipline, the more it becomes interweaved in your lifestyle. The more interweaved it becomes in your lifestyle, one day you're going to wake up being disciplined is just going to be a way of life for you. At that point, you don't need willpower because you just live a disciplined lifestyle. The way you eat is disciplined. The way you exercise is disciplined. And whatever obstacles get in your way from living that lifestyle, you want to figure out how to modify the way you eat or your workout regimen in order to still be able to participate in them. That's the difference. When you are disciplined and it's part of your lifestyle, now you want to go to bed early. You want to wake up early so that you can get your day started, so that you can live this disciplined lifestyle that you've developed for yourself. There's no longer forcing yourself to do stuff you don't actually want to do. The caveat here being that it takes a long time. It's time consuming because you have to experiment. Experimentation means some stuff's gonna work, a lot of stuff is gonna fail. The stuff that fails, you then have to figure out how to either get rid of that stuff or modify it in a way so that it works for you and that you enjoy it. And then you have to do that experimentation with a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of different foods, a bunch of different exercises. And that repetition, that's what takes the time. But I wouldn't be recommending this to you if I didn't truly feel that putting in that time and that effort was worth it. That is willpower for weight loss and why it's a waste of your time. It's all about developing the kind of lifestyle that you want, that supports that weight loss. Instead of willpower, think of it as WantPower. You don't want to use willpower. You don't need willpower. Willpower is going to fail you. It will always fail you. At least it can't be sustained for a long period of time. Whereas WantPower will always endure. It is human nature that human beings will always do what they want eventually. Whatever human beings genuinely want to do, that is always what they will eventually end up doing. So develop a lifestyle where you live the way you want to live, you eat the things you want to eat, you exercise the way you want to exercise because it's healthy, it's good for you, and you enjoy it. But it's up to you to develop that lifestyle for you. No one else can do it. You can use other people's plans, you can use, fad diets to get started if you need to, but the key is to modify those diets to suit your lifestyle, to fit into your lifestyle. If you just blindly follow someone else's diet and or exercise plan, you're not going to sustain that. Your willpower is not going to be enough for you to stick to that for the rest of your life. Are you really going to follow a certain diet or an exercise program designed by someone else for the rest of your life? Of course you're not. But you can and should develop and design your own lifestyle, whereas you are healthy, you do things you enjoy, you repeat them over and over again, and you want to do them. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you found this video helpful, if you think it's going to help you be more successful when it comes to weight loss, getting in shape, being healthy without having to rely on ultimately failing willpower, then please subscribe to the channel. Also hit that thanks button down below. When you do that, it highlights all of your comments down below in this video and it directly supports the channel. So anybody who hits that button, know that I genuinely thank you. As always, like, share, comment, hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever any of my videos go live on this channel. And until then, I will see you guys next week.
It's our time, yeah. Ready for the future, ready for the future. Ready for the future.